Welcome to the Overboard DM. My name's Cujo, and I go overboard on everything Dungeons and Dragons. And we are going to look at Gale Force 9's Acererak the Lich from Tomb of Annihilation. I've got a little different setup here today. You can see I've got the old turntable with some Dwarven Forge on it. Got some ghouls, got some skeletons going in there, and some zombies. We'll talk about them later. But let's get right to it. Bring out old Acererak. Got Grandma there for scale. And Acererak, this is a different sculpt than you'll get from WizKids. I like when Gale Force 9 changes it up. WizKids line and Nolzur's Marvelous Miniatures, anything that's directly made by WizKids usually copies the exact artwork or a specific artwork, and then everything's made off that. And Gale Force 9 is allowed to take it out of the box a little bit, which I really like with this miniature here. It's got a different spell. I'll bring it in a little closer. This is actually, I think, 3 pieces that's welded into or glued into the base. I used some green stuff to connect them so there's no gap. Just made some skull shapes. It looks really cool. I'll show you the picture when it's painted. This is just primered. One of the cool details is right here. You have his necklace pendant is exactly like the one pictured from the book itself. That's what he's supposed to be wearing. And you can see I broke his little antennae off from his helmet. I had to green stuff that. And his finger also broke off during assembly. So I had to green stuff that as well. So give him a little pointy. Just high detail. I know it's gotten some bad reviews. A lot of Gale Force 9 models get bad reviews because they're very delicate. That little tiny finger, all these little tiny details. You got to be very careful with it. It's a little bit brittle. So when you're cutting it off, it's sprues. A little more care has got to be taken. And even if you're being careful, you can still break it easily. And you got to be able to fix it. I mean, and you think, well, if I spend that much money on one little model, I don't want to have to fix it. And it can be depressing a little bit, but it is the nature of the beast with these. They are changing some of their processes with the different materials on some of their newer models, which I'll go over in the future. But let's get Grandma out of here for scale. Let's get her out of here. And let's bring in Acererak number 2. You didn't think I was going to do that. Yeah, this is from the box set, Tomb of Annihilation board game. I believe that's the only place you can get them unpainted. Now, that is exactly from the cover of the Dungeon Master's Guide. Not the cover of the Tomb of Annihilation book. It's hard to see. I know he's all purple. You can get him pre-painted. I'm not sure if he's in one of the WizKids box sets. But I know he's in the painted version of the board game, the Tomb of Annihilation board game. I would assume he's in the Tomb of Annihilation booster boxes. Alright, so I'm bringing him in a little bit closer so you can kind of see the details. You can't see, the necklace is very small. It's just basically a bump on his chest. I know in the painted version, this spell effect is actually translucent, which is really cool. I do like the cape. His robes are flowing. It's kind of cool, but when you get the pre-painted one, that could cost a pretty penny if you try to get him by himself. And if you buy the box set just for this guy, you're paying over $100, so that's ridiculous. And the paint job sucks if you get it pre-painted. So I went out and got the main box, unpainted. It's like $50, and you get all the miniatures in there unpainted. I got a few that I wanted. It's kind of cool to have him. I'm going to use him in game because why not? It's a lot better. But I don't know if the video cut out. Oh, there it goes. I might have had a technical difficulty right there. But I'll use him as a display, you know, because he is on the cover of the DMG, which I will show right here, if you haven't already known, with this blue spell effect. You can see that necklace is pretty predominant, you know. It's actually floating there. And I do happen to have, you know, I know this is pretty zoomed in here, but you know, on the cover of the Tomb of Annihilation, he's just kind of chilling, and you actually can't see his necklace very good there. Maybe it's stolen. So anyway, yeah, these here's the close-up of it painted. You can really have fun with those skulls. You can go with the green, purple, blue, you know, whatever you want to use, but he just looks pretty cool right there. Yeah, and you know, he's got his minions of undead spinning around him. I got some ghouls, Warhammer ghouls, Warhammer zombies, Warhammer skeletons, and I think it's a little wizkid dog, skeleton dog. But yeah, I'm going to go over those at a later video of what miniatures I love from Warhammer, fantasy, some of the older stuff, even some Sigmar stuff. I'm definitely planning on doing that, you know, where it makes sense, and I'll tell you why and my reasoning behind it. I do like the new ghouls. These are the old ones, the metal pewter, but these are still pretty sick, you know, for, you know, when you get a box of them, you know, and then your zombies are posable. I got this one just bloodied up. My zombies have went through a bunch of different stages. Like I said, in another video, we'll talk about ash zombies, and I've had to repaint these different ways from Sunday. So, but yeah, if you want to talk more on our Discord, Tabletop Dungeoneers, more than welcome to come on by and hang out and tell me what you want to see in the next video. Comment, like, subscribe, share it. All appreciated. Let me know what you want to see next. I do a lot of Gale Force 9 videos, Dwarven Forge that you're seeing spinning on the table there. I'm going to try to keep changing it up and putting out videos at least, hopefully a couple a week, maybe more depending. But thank you. Talk to you guys later. Peace.